to Honorable Chair Melanie Trinidad, to Commissioner Jose Petri, to all the deans and lawyers and participants of this town hall meeting. Good morning. Today I will be sharing to you the experiences and best practices of UDAP or the Orion Legal Assistance Program. But before I share with you, I would like to share with you a video clip of the Orion Legal Assistance Program. So that is a short video clip of UDAP. Now,
Sorry, Attorney Liano. Can we increase po a little bit your audio? I think
okay.
it,
So, atong clear. Ganito.
yeah.
Nakikita po ba yung slides?
Yes, we can see the slides po. You can put it in screen share mode
Okay.
in slideshow. And then can you move po a little bit closer to the mic? Kasi I think medyo mahina pa rin.
Ganito. Mahina pa rin po ba?
Is it a little bit? A little bit more.
Saglit lang po ilalagay ko na lang yung mic.
Okay. Much better po siguro.
po.
Ayan, better po.
Oh, sorry for that. So
No worries po.
thank you po. So I would like to share with you the experiences and best practices of ULAP. So ULAP stands for Korean Legal Assistance Program. So it is the conflict-sensitive, conflict-transformative legal assistance program and the clinical legal education program of the College of Law of Father Saturnino Orius University. So, considering po that I'm asked to share with you our experiences and best practices, these are actually the practices I consider best for ULAP. When we started our legal aid clinic, really decided on what is the vision and or the missions of the legal aid program. So with that, we adopted the university's vision and mission. And uh, actually, the ULAP dovetails with the vision and mission of the university, as what I said, and it also dovetails with the objectives of the legal education. So first, it would like to ensure access to justice to the marginalized sectors, enhance learning opportunities of law students, and inculcate in them professional social responsibility and prepare them in any field of practice of law. So as we started ULAP last July 2014, aside from determining what will be the vision and mission of the law clinic, we also crafted the objectives of our law clinic. So uh, it should be clear and uh, the the objectives should be laid down. So what we consider during that time is how can we give legal and paralegal access to the marginalized sector. We also consider meeting our objective. Will the students learn law, practice of law, and then will the lawyers that will be produced by the College of Law of FSUU will have the right values. So are they lawyers or paralegals whose ethics are a way of life? So all of that we considered in meeting our objectives. And we also look for communities that the clinic can be of best service. So actually when we crafted the objective, we have seen that in Caraga region, even here in Butuan City, there are a lot of IT communities. So, and there have been services provided by the university to the IT community. So, we really took into consideration that these things. So, we crafted our objective. And then, of course, the activities that we should be aligned with our objectives. So I think this is very important also in making our legal aid clinic or our legal education program. So I'd like to share with you the objectives of ULAP when we crafted it. So this is the general objective of ULAP because what we have in mind are the IT communities. Uh, the general objective is increasing marginalized sectors' access to legal assistance and paralegal services toward equitable use and effective management of natural resources and access to alternative dispute resolution mechanisms. We have our specific objectives. Um, we would like to sustain, of course, the conflict-sensitive legal assistance program in FSC, deliver free legal assistance to the marginalized sector, particularly to the ITs, promote usage of alternative dispute resolution and customary practices in conflict transformation, and interface formal legal processes and customary practices of conflict resolution in the legal assistance program. So as I've said, we aligned our activities with this specific objective. So first, we incorporated ULAP or our CLEP in selected law subjects. So ULAP serves as the laboratory for the students. So we have chosen several subjects. We have chosen several subjects wherein this or ULAP will be incorporated into different subjects. So from the start, there really are subjects already allotted for ULAP. Of course, we have capability trainings and then seminars. So this is also a venue where students can learn because before we go to the field or do our groundwork, we have, of course, to be equipped with the proper knowledge and how do we deal with the IT communities and other marginalized sector. So considering that our objective is to increase marginalized sectors' access to paralegal and legal services, we have legal orientations. We also do legal consultations. We have a radio program, although it has stopped during the onset of the pandemic. And then our deans, our former dean, and then our current dean also conducted meetings with faculty members to give room to conduct activities. And this is also, I think, a very important and best practice. We establish partnership with government agencies and communities, particularly the IT communities. In this partnership, venues are given or provided to the students wherein the students can actually learn. For example, there is this discussion between DAR, DNR, and LRA of overlapping of the instruments. Now the students acted there as documenter and the one who is in charge with the minutes. So actually, even those activities, students learn very much. And then there are also government agencies who conducted several seminars, and then the students will act as the facilitator or the resource speaker. The partnership with government agencies are really very helpful with ULAP or with our clinical legal education program. And as the years pass by, we encounter issues and we deal it with conducting dialogues. And then we have immersion activities. Our students go to IT communities. And then we have minimal litigation. ULAP decided to accept litigations, although very minimal, because we have partnered also with the IBP here in Agusan del Norte. So that is actually very helpful to us because there are already lawyers who can supervise the students during litigation. And then these are examples also of what our students have done because of partnerships with several LGUs. We have provided technical assistance to the Tagubo Watershed Management Council, technical assistance to Agusan Marsh Protected Area Management Board, and then dialogues for interfacing of customary and mainstream legal system. So it's not really litigation, but more on rights awareness advocacy, and then and also one of the practices which I consider best for ULAP peers or the students involved in ULAP is that before our activities and after our activities, particularly in immersion activities, we have this briefing And then we have debriefing. So the students can actually reflect on their experiences and then learn from it. And then, of course, we encourage all students to be part of ULAP because di ba, prior to the Rule 138 implementation, hindi po mandatory yung CLEP. But then for FSUU, all students are encouraged and actually mandated to be an ULAP peer. And because of that, students will really learn outside of the corners of their room. And then we also applied for accreditation with the Supreme Court. So in fact, the one who made the petition was a law student who now is already a lawyer. And then I think it's also best practice if the university or the CLEP can apply for grants for their clinical legal education program to be sustainable. And then these are examples of our partnerships with the LGU. So we have this, that is why I really emphasize the importance or the practice of establishing partnerships with uh, government agencies and other communities because it really helps the law school to be sustainable and to have continuing capacity to serve, and at the same time the students will continue to learn the law and the practice of law through these endeavors. Now, as what I've said earlier, it is also very important that we have the support of the IBP chapter because in fact we accepted litigation minimally because we know that there are lawyers, especially the new ones, who are eager to volunteer or to give their services. And I also mentioned about applying for grants if there is time for that, because here in FSUU, I am also very pleased to share with you that we are granted with this project because we applied for this and we proposal for this IP lead by ULAP. So this is funded by the European Union. And so in GIST, actually, we can say that one of the best practices here in ULAP is to really learn by serving. So with ULAP, we learn by serving. And so I would just like to share with you this particular quote. The law is in the last analysis what the lawyers are, and the lawyers are what the law schools make them. Good morning and thank you. I hope I'm heard.